In one of the small villages nestled among high mountains lived a young boy named Sammy. Sammy loved exploring and adventuring more than anything else. One day, he sat in his garden reading an old book about a place called the Forest of Colors. This magical forest was filled with trees and animals that constantly changed colors. It was said that anyone who entered it would return carrying a great secret. Sammy decided he had to go and uncover the mysteries of this forest himself. The next morning, Sammy put on his backpack and started his adventure towards the Forest of Colors. The path was long and steep, but he felt no fear, only excitement. After hours of walking, he finally reached the entrance of the forest. There, he met a small, joyous creature named Fezzy, a bird adorned with rainbow colors. Fezzy, hello, Sammy. I've never seen you here before. Are you here to discover the secrets of the forest? Sammy excitedly replied, Yes. Can you help me uncover the mysteries of this wondrous forest? Fezzy told Sammy there were 3 challenges they must overcome to reach the heart of the forest, where the magic chest lay. The first challenge was the Cloud Bridge. It was a bridge made of fluffy white clouds, floating high above a deep valley. Fezzy warned, We must tread carefully across the bridge, for if one of us falls, we'll plunge into the dark abyss below. Slowly, Sammy began crossing the bridge, but fierce winds began to batter it, making him feel as if he could be thrown off at any moment. Nevertheless, Sammy summoned his courage and focused on his steps until he reached the other side safely. After crossing the bridge, Sammy and Fezzy entered a forest full of large, dancing trees. The trees swayed and spun as if trying to hinder their progress. We must be cautious here, advised Fezzy. The moving trees require us to synchronize our movements to avoid colliding with them. Sammy and Fezzy navigated through the trees, but they moved incredibly fast. At one point, a giant tree almost toppled onto Sammy, but he leaped just in time. By working together and thinking quickly, they successfully traversed the forest. Sammy and Fezzy arrived at a dark lake that eerily mirrored the sky and was also filled with moving shadows and specters on its surface. Fezzy whispered, This is the Lake of Shadows. We must not gaze at the shadows, for they might lead us astray. Sammy had to leap across rocks that sporadically emerged from the lake's surface. With each jump, a shadow crept closer, as if trying to drag him into the depths. But he used his ingenuity to focus on the shimmering dots in the lake, which appeared like tiny lights. Using these lights, he safely crossed the lake. After crossing the Lake of Shadows, they reached an area full of trees bearing strange fruits. Some were bright and glowing, while others were dark and seemingly poisonous. Fezzy cautioned, These trees are magical, and if we pick the wrong fruit, we might run into big trouble. Sammy decided to try the bright, beautiful fruit he thought was safe. But as he approached, magical vines sprouted and blocked his path. These fruits aren't what they seem, Fezzy warned. They now had to find the right magical fruit to reveal the next path. Sammy and Fezzy began searching for the right fruit and discovered the correct ones made a gentle sound like the wind, while the others emitted strange noises. They collected the right fruit and passed it over a tree, unveiling the path forward. Finally, Sammy and Fezzy arrived at the heart of the forest, where the magic chest everyone sought lay. But at that moment, a huge dark creature, called Shadow of Time, appeared, guarding the chest. Shadow of Time spoke with a deep voice. No one may access the chest unless they pass this test. Choose between something important to you or a great secret that changes your destiny. Sammy hesitated for a moment, but decided to choose the great secret because he believed that knowledge would help him help others. When he did, the chest began to open slowly, revealing a magical key and an ancient book filled with tales and secrets about the forest. Sammy returned to his village carrying the forest key, having learned profound lessons from the adventure. He discovered that life is as colorful as the forest, and one must always be open to learning and adventure. His village thrived, and its people learned from Sammy's story how cooperation and bravery could solve their problems. The story teaches children the importance of critical thinking, seeking solutions in difficult times, and the value of cooperation and friendship in overcoming challenges.